Hello, this is Vicki Jervicus of the Greater Gainesville Chamber, and I'm delighted today to welcome Chase Brannan. We're going to have a conversation with him about his candidacy for State Representative District 10.
Yes,
Welcome, Chase.
well, thank you so much. I certainly appreciate y'all letting me use this as a forum to kind of talk about my platform and how I can certainly serve the greater Gainesville area and how I can certainly help and get to learn a little bit more about your issues. Because I always say, Baker County issues are different from Gainesville, Alachua County issues. So I'm here to learn and speak on everybody's behalf. So thank you again for your time.
Perfect. All right. Well, we'll jump right into questions, and then at the end, Chase will have a little time to tell us anything we didn't get to with our questioning. So the first question is, what would be your top priorities and projects in the legislature if you're elected?
Well, there's two that I'm kind of concerned about most for me. One's a little bit personal for me, but another's also, very personal to the district. The first one being is, I don't know if you know, but I have cochlear implants on the side of my head. So I'm passionate about making sure, kids, that were born deaf have the opportunity to be able to communicate amongst their peers by hearing devices, whether they be cochlear implants, hearing aids. I want to see if I can try to shepherd some bills to how to help proceed that forward, try to figure out, what we can do to try to resolve some of these issues. And the second being, a district-wide issue really is the correctional officer situation that is dealing with here. We have a lot of correctional institutions within the district. And as the government just vetoed, I think, nearly $100 million to help try to fix some of these correctional institutions up. And I want to try to help shepherd some of these things that need to be done on behalf of the correctional officers. Some of these buildings are just falling apart. We need to do more for the correctional officers as they have always been kind of forgotten over the years. And the wages have stagnated and has not certainly reflected the demands of the job and the rigors and the dangers. And we're certainly not up to standard of, like, say, compared to Mississippi or Alabama, where the wages are much higher than Florida's wages. So that's going to be one of my projects that I want to work on and try to figure that out.
Okay, terrific. All right. Second question is, what particular skills and experiences do you bring to this office?
Thank you. I always told her we were just talking about before. I used to work for Governor Ron DeSantis. I actually started out in all places Department of Business and Professional Regulation, which I know a lot of businesses have to get their licenses from there. I actually started there during the COVID-19 pandemic, of all places. So I really kind of got thrown into the deep end of the pool to learn and understand, what businesses go through as they go through the process. And I certainly think I have some thoughts about, maybe some of the process should be streamlined and make sure that, businesses get their licenses on time. If there's any continuing education type issues, we need to make sure we continue to serve the business communities first, because it's already hard enough in this economy that we're not able to do the job that is to be done for the businesses. And this climate is not very good when it comes to, earning the dollars. Feels like fees are high, the taxes are high, and we need to do something about that to be better able to serve business communities and things like that.
Okay, terrific. What are your thoughts? This is something that everybody's been talking about since session and is going to continue to talk about, I think, up until November. But what are your thoughts on the property tax amendment that's proposed?
I think, well, I'll put it this way. I'm a real estate business owner. I own several rental homes, so my property taxes are certainly high. And I certainly think, people need relief from property taxes. It's how we go about it. Do we go about complete elimination without making sure that cities and counties have a replacement for their funds for their policemen, their firefighters, garbage collectors, road, repair, reconstruction, whatever needs need to be done. But I think we're going to have an honest conversation about, what the future is going to look like and make sure, the Florida's taxpayers have money come back in their pockets in a fair, honest way without sacrificing their services. And we're going to make sure that's going to happen.
Okay, terrific. Um, Here's a question for you. Number four is Florida moving in the right direction or the wrong direction?
I certainly think it's going in the right direction. It's not going to be perfect every time, but you know what? We move that goalpost every time and make sure, if something's not going right, let's fix it. If we only get 50% of what we deserved, there's always next year. We'll come back and fix that. And I certainly think it's going the right direction. Florida has become one of the most business friendly states in this country, especially since the COVID-19 pandemic under Governor Ron DeSantis and the leadership he has taken to shape things up and make the state the way it is today. And I certainly don't think, Florida be where it is without Governor Ron DeSantis. So it's definitely going in the right direction.
Terrific. All right. And then our little wrap up question is, and you touched on this a little bit, but you can tell us a little bit more. which
Yeah.
is why should our local business community support your campaign?
Well, I always say, I'm a business owner, so I understand your issues. I understand your pain, the heat that you go through. So I know what it means to be a business owner, one that is quite successful. And I always say, you got to have the credentials and the skills to be able to navigate state government. And I've already come with about 6 years of state government work, and I want to bring that forward. And I want to help our communities, help our people, and make sure that we propel, the right things forward. And we can definitely do that.
Okay, terrific. All right. Well, as promised, I'm going to give you the floor for the next few minutes. If there's something we didn't touch on that you want to talk about, it's all on you right now.
Perfect. Thank you. This is like the final statement, basically, right?
Yep, absolutely. You can just close us out or give a little more info, whatever you want to say. This
No
is your
worries.
time.
Well, I just want to clarify, my name is Chase Brannan. I'm running for state representative, which is District 10, which covers Baker, Bradford, Union, Columbia, and the north part of Alachua County. I'm a lifelong conservative. I'm a business owner. I'm a lifelong district resident too. I'm 8 generations too deep in this area. So I know the issues, I know the history, I know the people, and what we go through, what we need to do, and what we don't definitely need to do, and what we can do to help business communities and help the people at the bottom. Because essentially, at the end of the day, businesses are people. We got to take care of our people right here at home.
Very good. All right. Well, it's been great talking to you today. I want to throw in my 2 cents, which is, as Chase said, we have the entire community, and our right and our business is to, one of our businesses is to make sure that we get the people in office that represent us. And the way to do that, right, is to get out and vote. So we want to encourage everyone to mark your calendars, make sure that you're ready to go on Tuesday, August 18th, and make your voice heard. Thanks again so much, Chase. It was great talking to you this morning.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the time. Y'all have
Good
a
luck out in the campaign trail.
Thank you.
Bye now.